really a pleasure to have a father and son team, Mr. Armstrong, and I've been watching you a lot, and I do have one question for you. You know, when you're in their father and son team, I'm talking about sacrificing and letting your tag partner sit in there and take a little punishment, and being that you're father and son, how do you feel about that being on ringside? I mean, this is your flesh and blood here, is it not?
That's exactly right, and when we first started wrestling as a tag team, we had a lot of problems like that. You know, I didn't like to see Brad get in any trouble, and he felt the same about me. But we finally decided if we're going to be a successful tag team and avoid disqualifications, we had to take care of ourselves. Brad feels like this, I do too. When I'm in the ring, I take care of myself. He waits for the tag. If I get in trouble, it's my job to get my way out of it. He feels the same way, and we feel that this way we'll be a lot more successful tag team.
Yes, but being his father, how can you sit in? That's not much of a father to sit in there and watch your son being hit and punished and stuck in the corner. Now, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck or nothing, Mr. Armstrong, but after all, if I'm the father of a young fella and I see him sitting in there punished, there's nobody that's going to touch my son, man.
Well, that's right. You're exactly right. If you were a father of a son this big, you're right. But I'm the father of a son this big that weighs 205 pounds that can take care of himself. Now, that's the way I feel about it. He feels the same way. I don't want him coming in and helping me.
Oh, yeah, but just a second. Now, I saw when your son was in trouble there, I saw you running inside when it was illegal, running inside and start pounding on people's heads, and that was purely illegal. You should have been out. Now, I must admit you have some tremendous wrestling ability.
When I came in the ring, were there not two men already in there? Were they not double teaming? If there's 2-on-1 situation, then we interfere. Only if it's 2-on-1.
Now, you're not thinking, though. You're not thinking wrestling. That's just what we were talking about. Now you're saying 2-on-1. I would let my partner be in there and let them tire themselves out. You see, that's...
Let me just say this. You do it your way, we'll do it our way. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well,
approaching the desk along with Bob and Brad Armstrong in wrestling, too. And, well...
we got all the troops out here going, all the troops is together.
Well, I'm just going to say, in this instance, because of all of the things that have happened and because of the bounties and all, I think there is safety in numbers.
Exactly right, brother. You know, that superstar's been trying for Tommy so long. Tried right here on TV today. Tried to collect that bounty. He won't ever stop, but he failed again, Gordon. He keeps shooting that money, shooting in the troops, and the wildfire just keeps spinning and whirling, Daddy. And he's still doing it. He's still standing tall, brother. And if we can ever help him, we'll be right there.
Well, I might just say, of course, that we had a situation, for those of you who may have tuned in a little bit late, or did not see it, of course.
Excuse me just a minute. I would like to see that because I was back in the dressing room getting my little sweatsuit on and everything, and I heard the roof start to cave in. I knew something was happening, but I didn't get out here till it was all over. So if you'd play that for me, I'd like to watch it myself.
Well, I think everybody deserves an opportunity to see that once again. Again, though, Tommy, and this is why he has that name, Wildfire, in my opinion. The emotionalism becomes so high and so taut. As you'll see, what happened is I was interviewing the world heavyweight champion, Ric Flair. He had left this area, had gone to the ring, preparatory for his match. I had invited Tommy Wildfire Rich to join me at the desk. I wanted to get his commentary, and here's what happened. So, Ric Flair, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, approaching the ring now. He's going to be facing the Iron Man from Canada, Iron Mike Sharp, and I've invited Tommy Wildfire Rich to be here. I'm sure he...
What the hell is this? You invited me out to watch it. I mean, I can't sit out here and watch the match. Hey! You never stand out here and learn and watch the match.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that this was going to cause him to feel badly about this.
Yeah, maybe Georgia Championship Wrestling and maybe the NWA and maybe you don't understand. And most of all, I don't think you understand what the world champion wants. The world champion gets. And when I'm out here, I don't divide my time vocally on this microphone. I don't divide my attention when I'm on that ring with anybody. You understand that?
Yeah,
anybody.
I understand it.
Now, I know you got illusions. You know, to look at you is an insult. You came out here. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Nobody checks out my routine for Pan. They stand back there and watch that monitor. I know very well, Tommy Rich, how it hurts you to hear those girls screaming for me, how it hurts you to look at this body. But, brother, you're going to have to learn to live with that because just like I'm their world champion, I'm your world champion. You understand that, Now take a hike. Take a hike. That's right. Hey, you know, as a matter of fact, the number one contender, right?
Yes.
Huh? They're scheme by the. Now look at this. Just a minute. Push this booth out of the way here. Get this camera. Now, Rick, you're the one you want to be the world champion, huh? $25 cowboy boots, a phony lizard belt, $5 jeans, and what are you, the all-American hero wearing this John Wayne shirt? Look at this, $5,000 worth of robes, $10,000 worth of gold belt, and $1 million worth of wrestling talent. Now, why don't you take a hike? Understand?
Wait a minute now. Just hold this thing. I got work to do. You take a hike. Tommy Rich, after the champion, falling from behind, and it is Tommy Wildfire Rich exploding out there, Iron Mike Sharp. After Tommy Rich, the referee, trying to restore order here, and it is the champion hurdled outside the ring. And now it is Tommy Rich against Iron Mike Sharp. And now Rick Benfield has charged the ring. Now the Gallagher brothers have hit the ring. We've got the Wrestling 2 in there. There goes the Superstar. The Superstar, Wrestling 2, battling away. And the Superstar dropped to the canvas. And it is, it's Tommy Rich after the Superstar's match. Tommy Rich trying to rip that match. We'll be back. But we've got it. Well, obviously, Tommy, you didn't get that mask off, but almost.
No, but we've seen a little bit of that face, you know, and I got a word for Ric Flair, too. You know, you might not like the way I dress, but all of my people do, and I'm going to tell you something else. Don't nobody, Gordon, my mama, my daddy, nobody else ever took and shoved me in the face. Flair, Superstar, I'm going to get you a whole bunch as long as I got friends like this, brother.
I can guarantee you one thing, Rick. You won't have no trouble as long as I'm around. Anyone running in or jumping your back, because I'll be right there watching every moment of the time. You can be assured of that anywhere, no matter where it may be. Like you said, Gordon, safety in numbers. I could see Superstar. I just watched this film. That was Superstar throwing everybody in the ring, directing traffic out here. Go get him. Go get him. Finally, he had to go in there and try to do the job himself, and look what happened. That little sock nearly came off of that face. We nearly got a look at the fabulous Superstar. A minute longer, brother, and the Wildfire would have showed everybody in TV land a mask, and you'd have been exposed once and for all.
Bob, let me tell you something. You said fabulous. Anyone that has to pay someone else to do his dirty work is far from being fabulous as far as I'm concerned.
You're exactly right, brother. Anybody that's got to pay somebody else to do a job ain't much of a man anyway. But Wildfire, you took care of it, baby.
Well, all I can say now is that the pressure mounts and mounts and mounts on the gentleman to my left, Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Anytime, anywhere, Gordon, we ready. We sitting here all together.
There you have it.
That's what it's all about.
But when he's in, I'm referring